Welcome to Donington Park for the final rounds in the BRSCC Mazda MX-5 Championship. The cars behind are getting ready to go out for the first of the Group B races here today. It sees Christopher Stapleton on pole position. Now these guys are at the slower end of the grid, but they are by no means slow. It's over to Jake Sanson to take you through all of the action.
Thanks, Lloyd. So many competitors in the BRSCC Mazda MX-5 Championship grid. They have to be split into two separate race groups. This is the B grid. Chris Stapleton and Bruce Robinson on the front row of the grid from Josh Brent and Thomas Jenkins. Oliver and Oliver are on row 3. Messrs Graham and Jenkins with Rafał Dragic alongside Jake Stiles. Rounding out the top 10, it's Richard Wootton and Charles Muggleston. Then Jack Moody and Richard Bartlett from Bryn Griffiths and Sam Jarvis. Christopher Ginn is paired up with Tim Dorr. Orlando Lyndsay and Super Cup convert George Grant. Then Alan Hawkins and Luke Souch with Bruce Carter alongside Dan Denham, and then we've got Graham Rumsey beside Dale Whiteman. Then it's Elliot Han alongside the McGregors, Andrew in front of Neil, and then Simon Woods in 28 from James Love, and Clio Cup Series convert Chanel Drew alongside David Rickards. Callum Greatrex will be racing, but not until races 2 and 3 tomorrow, so he is technically a DNS for this one. When the lights go out, we're racing. They are out now. It's time for the final round of the championship to get going. 3 races ahead of us, and it's a cracking start from Bruce Robinson. He's going to get the first lunge up towards Redgate. Bit of jostling for position, but initially it's Robinson, but now Stapleton comes back to the inside as Jenkins tries to go around the outside, and the field filters through. On board with Robinson, he's missed it and gone onto the grass on the exit of Redgate. The car slewing round and round. I thought he'd caught it, but no, Robinson ends up on the edge of Redgate corner. What a shame, the back end just got a little bit too tank happy, and now he is stuck in the gravel at Redgate. What a disaster for the man on the front row of the grid. The rest of the field drops their way through the crane of curves and up towards the old hairpin into the right-hander. Good jostles for position. Already a big move there from James Love as he's making up places around the far side. That looks like a big lunge from Dan Denham as well to go onto the inside of 291. Luke Souch back towards the sharp end though. There's a lot of jostling for position as they work their way through McLean's and up towards Coppice Corner. So there's Jack Moody making a move on the inside of Alan Hawkins. Trying to come through, not the best of starts from Moody. A big lock up from Hawkins, and that's kept the field going a little bit sideways. Up the inside, that's a bold move if that can happen for the 57. Fast starting. Oliver Jenkins not having the greatest of runs, unfortunately, but it's Stapleton who leads the way. Up to the inside, into the chicane, and that is a good lunge there from Oliver Graham, who moves himself up into second position as a result. Then third place, that is a very bold move from the 56 of Tom Jenkins, who's trying to hold off the field. And as they come through along the far side, that is Jake Stiles trying to come around the outside to move up into fourth position. He's not going to get there, and he might get a challenge from Charles Muggleston to the inside line. Muggleston goes for the inside line, a big slide sideways from Jenkins. Has he held on to that? Well, he has, but he's lost the place to Muggleston and to Stiles in the process, and now it's 3 wide further back, squeezing through the middle. Goodness me, 3 wide through the crane of curves. Only in the Mazdas would you get that, as up the inside of all of them, that was a big lunge from Rafał Dragic, and he gets his way through to the inside line, but unfortunately he hasn't quite made the move through past Richard Wootton. So he's had to hang back. Meanwhile, Moody is back to the inside there of Bryn Griffiths, the 31, as they sweep through Starkey's Bridge up Schwartz Curve. And a big, bold braking move on the inside there from Richard Bartlett as he gets through and onto the back of Muggleston. So a good move there from Bartlett. They go from McLean's up towards Coppice Corner into the right-hander. The 2 leaders are breaking clear. It looks to me as though Bartlett's already lost his rear bumper. Didn't see where that came off. But side by side for the leaders, it's Stapleton trying to edge out the man in behind him, Oliver Graham, who has charged through from 5th on the grid, is now going to get up alongside. He's got to beat Stapleton to the braking zone for the final chicane to get through. And a big lock up there from Stapleton as he realises Graham is going to commit to the move at Goddard's. So he gets through. Nicely done. Back over the start-finish straight once again. No problem at all for Graham as he leads the way here. Stapleton second, Muggleston third. Side by side, that's Wootton and Bartlett. Now what's happened to Jake Stiles? He's dropped back in behind Bryn Griffiths and he's still battling away as Dragic makes his move up the inside of Bartlett. That's a very deep line. He's going to have to move back across the cover and roll off the brakes. That's going to be a nice defence. Whoops! 1 or 2 going sideways there through Redgate Corner. Easy to do. Not a lot of grip in these cars. They are a bit like dirty great go-karts. They slide around all over the place and up the inside. Bold move there to get up another place. I think that's Josh Brent making up another position as Jack Moody slots up the inside there of the 56 of Tom Jenkins, who's not had the best of races so far. He needs to fight his way further forward. Through Schwartz Curve. Up the hill, and that's a big move. This time Jenkins is going to make the lunge and a spin in the middle of the corner. Bartlett spins, and everybody's having to take avoiding action. Griffiths has gone wide, Stars has too, and Griffiths has really been caught out. He's trying to get back on the circuit without running into anybody. So Bryn Griffiths has lost so much time. He's ended up rejoining, unfortunately, behind the 45 of Graham Rumsey, who's charging his way back through the field after a poor qualifying, but that's not going to make up for it. And now Stapleton is leading back on the inside of Oliver Jenkins, and that spin from Bartlett has really cost Bryn Griffiths dear. Back onto the Wheatcroft straight again. Jenkins this time has got him on the run once more. Graham has got him on the run once more, I should say. Two Olivers on the same row of the grid. Oliver Graham trying to come through to the inside. Chris Stapleton just covering the line through Redgate under braking. No problem there for the moment. Roll back onto the power. Nice run so far as you drop through Hollywood, down the hill through the crater curves. A really aggressive part of the circuit this. The car can give you a massive tow through and the rhythm can just ride you through the crest and down the drop. This is a good run from Graham actually in behind Stapleton. Third position, I'm fairly sure that is still Muggleston in front of Rafael Dragic. A big run wide there from Oliver Graham, but he's used the curb, not the grass, so he's kept the momentum running as they come up the hill again into the braking zone. This should be a good run off McLean's. Well, it's not quite good enough, really. It should be still Chris Stapleton, who heads them up the hill to Coppice. Through the right-hander, chuck the car in. Hope there's plenty of grip to get you round the bend. There is. So no problems at all for the leaders. In third position, that is still Charles Muggleston. And then it is Josh Brent, now up in fourth position in front of Rafael Dragic. Down to the braking zone. Is Oliver Graham going to get his move on the inside line there of Stapleton? Well, Stapleton hangs on for the moment. Graham's going to have to try some other trick. Whoa, big wobble off the corner as they come off of Goddard's. This is going to be a very interesting run to Redgate Corner now because Graham will have better momentum down the straight and up towards Redgate, but that's exactly what Stapleton should do. He sends Graham the long way round. Try and get round the outside of me at Redgate if you can. Well, he's committing to it. He is going to try and track the car right round the outside. He's on the curbs and the car drifts slightly wide. That is enough to hold him back, but both drivers giving as good as they've got. Charles Muggleston's got a bird's eye view and he's in the best seat in the house to watch them drop through the crater curves once again. This is Muggleston's chance to close up. Is he going to get a run off of the old hairpin as these two continue to duel away? Stapleton's made a little mistake. Graham's had to ease off the power and Muggleston comes to the inside line. They're now side by side for the leaders. Graham gets up the inside of McLean's and he gets through. Brent's going to get a run on the exit on Muggleston. So Brent's going to come through into third position. Good run this from Josh Brent as he dives up the inside and takes third position. Is there going to be a move from Dragic? Yes, there is. Dragic through to third, possibly fourth. As Stapleton comes back on the inside of Graham. Brilliant racing at the front end of the field. Stapleton versus Graham. Dragic versus Brent. And Muggleston falls at the back of the queue in fifth position. Down to the braking zone. Stapleton gets back on Graham, moves to cover. Josh Brent's going to out-drag Dragic in the braking zone for Goddard, and they turn in. Right, left, back on the Wheatcroft straight. Massive wobble there from Dragic as they come off the corner. And now they're going back down the main straight again. Stapleton, so much pressure from Graham. Watch out for Dragic. Looks like Jack Moody's going to make a move on Muggleston as well into Redgate Corner to move up into the top five. Goodness me, it looks like we're going to have a six-way scrap for the victory in this case, and Moody is there. He has got past Charles Muggleston, who drops to the back of the queue. So down through Hollywood, through the crater curves, long sweeping right. Commit for the left-hander, get the car nicely planted, then hit the brakes, not too hard. You're going to lock up into the old hairpin otherwise. Through the right, plenty of curb to the inside and outside. You want to carry the speed through as much as possible. Good line there from Dragic on the back of Josh Brent. Come up the hill. And again, Stapleton having to shake off Oliver Graham as they go through McLean's. Up the short stretch to Coppice. Here comes the momentum. Here's the move. Is this going to be it? Well, it's going to be very tricky into the right-hander. And still for the moment, it is Stapleton in front of Graham. But as they come off Coppice, they're going to go down Starkey straight past the sadly now closing Donington Collection Museum. Josh Brent is going to get alongside Graham. We're looking further back, but here comes Brent. He's going to get the move on the inside of Oliver Graham to the braking zone. Puff of smoke from Graham as he locks up. Brent is through into second place. Now Dragic is going to try and get there on the outside line on the exit of Goddard's. Dragic has a run now on Oliver Graham. They come down the Wheatcroft straight again. And for Jack Moody, there could be a chance to get past Dragic himself. He moves to the outside line, but he's got good momentum. He may be able to cut back up the inside of Dragic and gets there. Brilliant move as a spin from Orlando Lyndsay at the final turn. He gets himself going again, but he's lost a lot of places. But I'm fairly sure Jack Moody just made up 2 places in one fell swoop, as now Styles is battling it out with Rumsey in behind the 7-2-2 of Alan Hawkins. Is that Rumsey to the inside of Styles? Yes, it is. He goes through. So Jake Styles through the first corner, no problem at all, as they go through Hollywood and down the Craner curves again. Jake Styles just trying to work his way through, and that is the recovering Bruce Robinson, is it? Yes, he has managed to get himself back out of the Redgate gravel trap. I thought he was done for the day, but he has got going, and he's charging his way back through. Whoops, bit of a mistake at the old hairpin. Very nearly lost the place there to Christopher Ginn, and not far behind. That looks to me like the battling Sam Jarvis, trying to close up on the move as well. So Jarvis in behind Christopher Ginn and Bruce Robinson. Big tack slapper from Sam Jarvis as he rolls off McLean's. Now up towards Coppice again. Great racing at the front of the field, at the midfield, and at the back of the field, but back at the front, it's a battle for the lead. Josh Brent had to make a move there on Stapleton, and Stapleton's moved to cover him off at the Goddard chicane, and they come down the main straight once more. What a squabble this is for the lead. Up to third is Jack Moody, then Rafał Dragic. Muggleston looks like he's about to lose the place to Oliver Graham once again. So Graham's going to move to cover the inside line, and he holds on. Has Dragic made the move to pass the third place man, Jack Moody? He is alongside him. They're lapping a slower car at exactly the wrong moment as far as they're concerned. That is David Rickards. Gets well out of the way. Doesn't change anything in the race. Just as well. Meanwhile, Brent is all over the back of Stapleton, who's snaking under braking for the old hairpin as they dart through the right-hander. Jack Moody's got Rafał Dragic all over the back of him now. 79 making another move. He's got a good run off the old hairpin. Has he got enough momentum to get up the hill as Stapleton gets back on the inside of Josh Brent? Brent had initially got through. We didn't see that move. He must have done that on the exit of the old hairpin, but now Brent is back to second once again. So Josh Brent is going to try one more time. But now he's going to take Jack Moody along for the ride with him. In fact, he's got a little bit loose out of Coppice, and there may be a chance for Jack Moody to get up into third position. Meanwhile, Dragic is trying to hang on in front of Oliver Graham. Then it is Charles Muggleston. A little further back, you can just about make out Tom Jenkins, who is having a scrap, I think, with Richard Wootton, as Brent moves to cover the inside of Jack Moody. Oh, Stapleton's made a mistake, and rolling off the brakes, Jack Moody's going for a spin out of the final turn. He tried to go right round the outside of them, and he's spun out of the run for the victory. He's going to rejoin behind Jenkins and Wootton, and now look, it's 4 wide. Dragic to the inside. Oliver Graham trying to move to cover to the inside line and gets the lead. Stapleton moves to cover Josh Brent. What a squabble. Absolutely amazing. And now Dragic is going to get back on the inside line. He takes the lead once again back from Oliver Graham. Oh my word, this race has got so many twists and turns. Up the inside, tries Stapleton on Graham, but he's not going to get there. And Rafał Dragic emerges in the lead. This is only his 4th race of the year, don't forget. Absolutely terrific. Now they're going to move to cut back in. Stapleton's come through round the far side. He's taken over momentum in the lead. Graham slots in between them. Dragic runs back to the inside as Graham drifts wide out of McLean's. Dragic up the inside again for second position, and the Polish star is there in a second position. Watch out for the man in P4. That's Josh Brent trying to come back through. What a dramatic first race. If this is only race 1, then I have no idea how exciting and epic it's going to be in race 3. This is brilliant stuff, and Stapleton is just about hanging on for the moment. But it does look like it's going to get more intense as Brent charges the car up the inside. Spin from Stapleton. He hits Dragic, and Brent's gone off as well. Graham surely is going to take the lead. Stapleton off the circuit. Brent is in the tyre barriers. He spun trying to avoid it. And that's a broken car for Stapleton. He's got a broken suspension. Meanwhile, Graham and Dragic are side by side. Graham is through to the lead. Dragic in second. Now that's Tom Jenkins through into third position, past the recovering Jack Moody. What a race. This is easily the best race of the season. Is that Moody? No, sorry, that's Muggleston. Moody's a little further back still. So Graham and Dragic are the only ones of the original top 6 left to battle for the lead. Tom Jenkins now has a crack at this race, and in behind him is Charles Muggleston, who has fought his way back to P4 as a result of all of that. Wow, absolutely wow. That's all I have to say for that. So Graham is your leader, Dragic in second place. Third is Jenkins. Fourth is now Muggleston. Never would have thought I'd see two big incidents like that in the early stages of race one. Goodness me, Donington's throwing up some thrills and spills, Mazda MX-5 style. Off of Coppice, back onto the Starkey straight again. And now Muggleston's going to make his bid to get past Jenkins. They're going to be side by side. So now Muggleston goes the other way, trying to get on the outside of Jenkins. Jenkins again moves to cover. They come through Goddard's. All it needs is a good exit. We've had several people going wide, and there's debris on the exit of the curb as well. They've got to be very careful as they come off the final turn, because there could be all sorts of problems. Rafał Dragic now looking to find a way up the inside of Oliver Graham to get the lead back. But at the moment, it is Graham hanging on in front of Rafał Dragic. They come off the first turn, out of Redgate, dropping through Hollywood. Through the right-hander, sweeping through. Further up the road, Oliver Graham trying to hang on in front of Rafał Dragic, and that's Muggleston getting on the inside of Jenkins further back. A really good run this, as up the inside we could see Dragic making a move to the inside line. The Polish racer working very hard here on the back of Oliver Graham. But Rafał Dragic really does have a good run out of Coppice. He may have absolutely no alternative but to make the dive up to Starkey's. He's working with Graham at the moment. Up to the braking zone. Not going to throw it up the inside of Goddard's yet. Graham has gone deep though. He'll have to save this one, and Dragic has got a better run off the turn. He's going to make a move down the main straight. So here comes Rafał Dragic. Will he take the lead? They're going to come over the line together. And Rafał Dragic has a really strong chance here around the outside if he breaks later than Graham. Graham's going to break deeper, but if Dragic gets a cleaner run off of Redgate, there's a chance he could snatch the lead back. Graham still slides, and Dragic is going to make his way up the inside on the exit. Oliver Graham's still there, but there's not a lot he can do. Dragic is going to sweep by, surely. He gets through, and Rafał Dragic takes the lead. Really nicely done. So Muggleston into third. Tom Jenkins is now in P4, and in fifth, surely that's not Jack Moody. I think it might be. They come off of the old hairpin, under Starkey's Bridge once again, and flowing up the hill, up towards McLean's. So Dragic still leads the way. Graham's second, now retaliating on Rafał Dragic. You can see the damage to the left door of Rafał Dragic as he has been avoiding incidents left, right and centre today. He's just about got away with that and leads the way. They come off the turn once again, down the straight, up towards the final chicane of the lap. And is Oliver Graham going to pop his nose up the inside? It's going to be a very close run. Yes, he is going to make the move. Rafał Dragic stays to the outside in the hope that Graham's going to outbreak himself. And there's a big lunge behind us. Jenkins has made the move for third position, but I think he's overshot. And he's going to run wide, if not go off onto the gravel trap. So we'll look back and see how it's gone. Oh, there's a big spin further back on the exit of Coppice. Somebody's gone for a burden. I think that's either going to be Sam Jarvis or Graham Rumsey. I didn't see who it was. All I know is that the car is bright yellow, and they both have a bright yellow MX-5, so that's going to be a big problem to work out. Who was it that made the mistake? I think it's Rumsey. Yes, I think it is Rumsey that made the mistake, coming towards us now. Well, up the inside, that's Bartlett recovering on the back of the 21, who has continued going without too much let or hindrance. That is that's 21, Orlando Lyndsay. He had the spin earlier on, don't forget. It was the 11 of Sam Jarvis who spun. My apologies to Graham Rumsey. He didn't spin. It was Jarvis who did, as Bartlett now goes up the inside of Lyndsay. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Oh, there's not a lot of room. Goodness me, they're going to be door barging in a minute. Back at the front, and Graham's got the lead back. He's got back in front of Rafał Dragic. At exactly the right moment. We saw him make that move. And now they come through Coppice. Aggressive line from Dragic, perfect. This could be exactly what he needs to get back alongside as they come off of Coppice corner. This is a great run from Dragic. Muggleston's just watching every move, and up into third place, up into fourth place again has come Moody. Here comes Rafał Dragic. Surely he's going to get on the brakes better than Oliver Graham, and to the inside line as well. So Dragic comes through, takes the lead at Goddard's out of the final corner and down the main straight once again. Rafał Dragic running beautifully at the moment. Now he's hanging the inside line as we head on to the last lap. We thought it would never come, and this is one of those races I just want to keep on going. But Dragic leads the way. Graham's second, Muggleston in third. Graham's going to make a late lunge to the inside of Dragic. That's never going to work, and he's basically nudged his bumper loose there. So they come through Hollywood, down through the drop. So Rafał Dragic knows exactly where Oliver Graham is. He's knocking on the door. You can't just barge me out of the way. This isn't video games. Up towards the inside line and through the right-hander. Muggleston's trying to shake off Jack Moody for third position as well. Muggleston's been working hard, but Moody's got a good run up the inside. Oh, he flicks the grass on the way through. Dragic has kept the lead from Graham for the moment, but Muggleston's retaliated on Moody. Moody's trying to cut back. Tom Jenkins is in the mix there as well in fifth position. This could go anybody's way of the top five. And don't forget, all five of these drivers are trying to get the 5 spots to get through to the A group for the second race of the weekend. Down Starkey straight for the last time. Muggleston moves across to cover off Jack Moody. Graham's going to try and get a run on Dragic, and Tom Jenkins is at the back of the queue trying to pick up the pieces. Down in the braking zone. Graham goes the long way round. Dragic sends him there. Muggleston to the inside. Moves to cover. Up the corner they come, and surely Rafał Dragic has done enough, but he's been a little bit hesitant. Over to the line. It's going to be side by side for the victory. Who's it going to be that gets there first? Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell who did it. Dragic and Graham side by side. Muggleston's elated with third position. Who got it? We'll have to see what the timing screen says. Rafał Dragic, I think, has just done enough for the victory. Absolutely amazing as they came through. And it is confirmed. Rafał Dragic takes the victory over Oliver Graham by just 0.046. Muggleston third from Jenkins and Jack Moody. Griffiths is sixth from Wootton, Stiles, Oliver Jenkins and Chris Ginn. Bryn Griffiths gets the fastest lap of the race in his recovery drive. Hawkins, Rumsey, Brent, Carter and Dorr from Bartlett, Lyndsay, McGregor, Denham and Jarvis in the top 20. And then we've got Woods from George Grant, Souch, Han, Love and Chanel Drew, Dale Whiteman and David Rickards, with the retirees Chris Stapleton, Bruce Robinson, who had his thrills and spills throughout, Andrew McGregor and Chris Greatrex. What an incredible first race here at Donington. Amazing!
Rafał, fantastic drive, really close there at the line, and a little bit of damage to the car as well. It looked like it was a good scrap out there.
Yeah, I have, here and there, a little bit of contact. First lap, I just, on the first corner, I just dropped to probably 9 or 10. Then I tried to just, go to the forward for slowly by slow, lap by lap. Then I had a contact after the chicane and almost go to the grass and spun out. But yeah, overall, car does look good, but I'm pretty happy. We can fix it for tomorrow and we'll be all right.
Yeah, and that's it. You move up now to the A group, so we'll see what you can do with those guys.
Yeah, I want to stay there and progress and go a little bit forward. Maybe top 15, top 10. We'll be all right.
Well, look forward to seeing what you can do tomorrow. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
Oliver, well done. That looked like a really tough race.
Yeah, it was a very hard race. The pack was so glued together throughout the whole thing. You were always looking behind you. I had first early on. And it was a shame I couldn't keep the lead, but we're aiming for top 5, so now we're in that A for the weekend. That was like the year's goal, so we've done that.
Well, you were only 0.3 of a second behind Raf that came first, so do you think you would have got him if you had a few more laps?
I don't know, it's very hard. Like, the tow round here is incredible. If you're up front, you're not going to be going as quick as the guys catching you from behind. If you've got tow on the straights, then you've just got the advantage. Towards the end, I sort of was happy to be in second and thought I've got the tow advantage on the last lap, but unfortunately I couldn't make it stick. But 0.3 of a second over the line, can't complain about that. So
have you got anything you need to do to the car, obviously going into the A race this afternoon?
I don't think I had that much contact during that. I think I got one bit of contact, but it's nothing major. So yeah, hopefully we can do some good stuff in the A race.
Brilliant. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you later on.
Lovely, thank you.
Charles, the reaction you had as you got out the car, I think pretty much sums it all, along with the smile on your face at the moment. Well done on your third place.
Thank you very much. I feel like a little kid at Christmas. It's probably better than Christmas. I love this circuit since I was tiny. I did my first track day here. I learned to drive in the paddock where I'm sleeping this weekend. So to have raced here and got a podium in my first ever race is unbelievable.
It's a little bit of a fairy tale, isn't it? Bit of a dream come true. Moved you up into the A race as well, so you've got some bigger boys to go and fight.
Yeah, looking forward to the A race. It'll be my 3rd or 4th time in there this season, and it's always good following them, learning from them. Go and ask Will for some tips. But no, it should be a really good fun race, and hopefully make a bit of progress too.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out there tomorrow. Congratulations once again on your podium.
Perfect. Cheers. Thank you.